Now we're going to skip down to verse 12 now. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. Verse 13. And a woman which have a husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. So just say, for example, if you're married and one of you guys find out the truth about the true living God, and the other one is not really, just, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to go to church. I don't want to deal with it. Just because you guys are different accords according to that, you don't put each other away from that. You give that person time. You keep doing what you're supposed to do according to the Word of God. And it's a good thing to have both people in the same accord when it comes to how God wants you to operate while you're in this world, while you live in this life, especially when you're being married. Once you find out, like I said, if the person's not on the same page, and you just keep doing your part, doing usual, and actually you never know, the Lord might, show them a way. But in the meantime, you keep doing what you do, and you follow what God tells you to do. But that's still not the grounds for putting your wife or your husband away. Verse 14, for the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. So you could be a believer, but your wife not be a believer, but she's sanctified through you, and vice versa. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. Verse 15, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God hath called us to peace. So, you doing what you're supposed to do. You serve the Lord, the true living God the right way, keeping Sabbath, dietary laws, those are just a few things. And your husband and the wife not doing that, and they decide, hey, I can't deal with your ways, you weird, I just can't deal with this, so, and they decide to leave, then hey, that's on them. But you keep on keeping on, and you do what you're supposed to do, and the Lord gonna be with you. He's gonna continue blessing you. So it says, verse 15, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God hath called us to peace. Verse 16, for what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband? Or how knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? So, just because you guys are one, if you doing what you're supposed to do, and he or her not doing what they're supposed to do, and they decide to leave, hey, you can't save them anyway. You got to just work out your own salvation still, regardless. So in that case, it's a different situation. But they leave you, then that's on them. But you just gotta say, you keep on doing what you're supposed to do, and you do it according to the Word of God. So now we're going to go to Matthew 19 now. I said, marriage is a serious thing, though. Before you decide to get married, you make sure you fully understand the importance of it, and how that once you make this vow, then it's through sickness, through health, it's through death do us part. It's no, I'm tired of you now, I don't want to be with you. It don't work like that. Verse 19, we're going to go to Matthew 19, and we're going to read verses 1 through 9. Matthew 19, verses 1 through 9. And it came to pass that when Jesus had finished these sayings, he departed from Galilee, and came into the coast of Judea beyond Jordan. And great multitudes followed him, and he healed them there. The Pharisees also came to him, tempted him, and said unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said unto them, Have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? And said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. So the Pharisees are asking Jesus, is it, he said, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife? Now they know, they asking him, and he already, like, look how they're gonna try to trick him up, like they could trick God up, but they can't do that. But watch verse 6. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. So if you get married, you can't let no man break y'all up. You're supposed to keep this covenant strong and do everything possible to keep it together. Like I said, it's only certain things, reason why a divorce was put into play, because of adultery. Now married and you step out on your wife or you step out on your husband, then that is a call for divorce. But other than that, though, there's no other reason. So let's go to verse 7 now and see what they say. They said it to him, why did Moses then command to get a writing of divorcement and to put her away? Now they question why Moses wrote a bill of divorcement to the children of Israel. So they asking Jesus like why this was done. So he said it to them. Verse 8. Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wife. But from the beginning it was not so. So even back then, they was these guys doing their thing, and they got tired of their wives or whatever case may be. Moses got tired of it. He wrote a bill of divorcement. So they, ever since then, like I said, man, if they find any kind of way to put away their wife or to put away their husband, it's been going on the same day. But it's not, if it's not for, like I said, for fornicating, committing adultery, then hey, it's not even, you shouldn't even do it. Like he said in verse 6, wherefore there are no more twain but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Verse 9, and I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, listen to this, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery. That's deep. If you put away your wife or your husband, and you marry somebody else, it's still considered adultery. That's deep, isn't it? The middle of verse 9. And whoever married her which is put away, doth commit adultery. So if a woman was married and she was put away, and you marry her, you commit adultery. Go both ways. I mean, Lord ain't playing when it comes to this. You can listen to man and think that it's all okay. The Lord understand where you're coming from and he know what you're going through. Hey, it's serious. Like Paul said earlier, it's better to be married than burned. So he take this serious when it comes to fornicating and committing adultery, and God don't play when it comes to that. So when you get married, like I said, it's a sacred thing, and you keep it sacred, and you do everything you can to make it work. Like I said, it's gonna be some hard times, it's gonna be some good times, but you gotta make it through. But if you can't, for that reason, then like I said, you just gotta pray to God to guide you, to make sure that you just do everything right. If your wife, let's say, step out on you, then okay, that's a divorce, and vice versa. But you just can't be like, well, I'm gonna put my wife away, my husband away because I'm tired of it. You get too fat, or you this or that, or you can't do that. Like I said, it's right here in the scriptures. So we're gonna go to Romans 7 now. We're gonna go to Romans 7. Like I said, this ain't gonna be playing with, boy. When it comes to the Lord, I'm telling you, He is, like I said, you be careful when you decide you want to get married, because this is a lifelong commitment. Lifelong commitment. Like those vows said, through sickness to health, through death do us part. Those are real words. We're going to go to Romans 7. We're going to read verses 2 and 3. Romans 7, verses 2 and 3. Verse 2. For the woman which have an husband is bound by the law to her husband, so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband. So, like I said, to death do us part. The woman which has a husband is bound by the law to her husband, so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband. So if your husband or your wife die, then if you decide to get married to somebody else, then it's all good. You just can't just like, I'm tired of you and put you away. It don't work like that. But if the person is dead, then you have the right. You're not under law no more of your husband or your wife. So now you're going, you get somebody else, you marry somebody else, then that's a new covenant. You started with somebody else. Verse 3. So then, if while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she is free from that law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man. So, if you married to another man, and your former husband is not dead or anything like that, you still could consider adulteress. Like I said, these are not my words. This is coming from the book. It's just all right here. It's all plain and simple. So I mean, like I said, this is a very serious thing, very serious thing. Like I said, God have ordered things, and you want to follow Christ. You say you're a Christian, you're Christ-like. You're gonna you're gonna do everything according to the Word of God, even when it comes to your marriage, because this is a vow and it's a serious vow, very serious vow. So now we're gonna go to Psalms 128 now. Psalms 128, and we're gonna read verses 1 through 6. Psalms 128, verses 1 through 6. Blessed is every one that feareth the Lord, that walketh in his ways. For thou shalt eat the labor of thy hand, happy shalt thou be, and it shall be well with thee. The wife shall be as a fruitful vine by the side of thine house, thy children like olive plants round about thy table. That's a beautiful thing. Thy wife shall be as a fruitful vine by the side of thy house, thy children like olive plants around about the table. Verse 4, Behold, that thus shall the man be blessed that feareth the Lord. The Lord shall bless thee out of Zion, and thou shalt see the good of Jerusalem all the days of thy life. Yea, thou shalt see the children's children, and peace upon Israel. So, being married, having kids, that's a beautiful thing in the sight of the Lord. Everybody don't, even when they get married, everybody don't have kids, but that was the whole purpose of Adam having Eve, to be fruitful and multiply, to have a family, to make the generations, to keep, passing on the word and replenishing the earth and everything. So, like I said, this is a sacred and it's a beautiful thing inside of the Lord. If you're able to get married and everything, and guys can make it work, by all means, make it work and do what you got to do. And like I said, it's much more easier, especially when you guys are on the same page, especially when it comes to the Word of God and how He wants you to live and how He wants this marriage to work. Do everything in order, everything else is gonna fall into place. Like I said, it's gonna be disagreements. It's gonna be times you guys can't stand each other because you're with this person every day. You see them, you wake up, you see them. There's gonna be some times you don't feel like being bothered with that person. But hey, I'm glad I'm married. I love the fact that I'm married. So you have, like I said, hard times, but you make it through it. Then they just make you guys stronger. And your kids see this, and and it's good to have both parents in the house, because your kids grow up that way and it's a stable household. So it's a very beautiful thing, despite what men tell you and tell you that, hey, it's okay to put away your husband or your wife. It's okay to do you and do what you want to do. It don't work that way. So we're going to go to the next verse, which is Hebrews 13,